You know why the Republicans aren't stopping the IRS? Now, some are. I mean, Trey Gowdy is fantastic. Issa is fantastic. But I don't really look at those guys as Republicans, quite honestly. The Republicans are the people like, John McCain and Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell. Those are the Republicans. The reason why those guys aren't doing it is because they want this tool at their disposal. So when they get in charge, they'll be able to use this. You think the Tea Party has problems now? Wait until Mitch McConnell can use those levers of the IRS. Nobody believes that Nixon was impeached for less. 18 minutes of missing tape. How about all these servers? How about the emails? It makes no sense. You know, in today's world, we can have those emails. Why is nobody talking about that in Congress? Because they don't want to shut this machine down. You do and I do. Now, how do you do it? Well, let me play Trey Gowdy. Here, Trey Gowdy yesterday grilling the IRS commissioner. He is the new bureaucrat there who's had the gall to be outraged that anybody even asks him any questions. Here's Trey Gowdy yesterday.
Taxpayer is being sued by the IRS administratively, civilly, or prosecuted criminally, and they fail to keep documents. The jury can draw a negative inference from the fact that they didn't keep receipts or emails or documents. So if it's true and applies to a taxpayer, it ought to apply to the IRS as well. Agreed?
Is this a trial? Is this a jury? Is that what you're...
I said administrative, civil, or criminal. If you want to go down that road, I'm happy to go down it with you, Commissioner. In fact, I'm glad you mentioned it. You have already said multiple times today that there was no evidence that you found of any criminal wrongdoing. I want you to tell me what criminal statutes you've evaluated.
I have not looked at any.
Well, then how can you possibly tell our fellow citizens that there's no criminal wrongdoing if you don't even know what statutes to look at?
Because I've seen no evidence that anyone consciously...
Well, how would you know what elements of the crime existed? You don't even know what statutes are at play. I'm going to ask you again. What statutes have you evaluated?
I think you can rely on common sense that nothing I have seen...
Common sense. Instead of the criminal code, you want to rely on common sense. No, Mr. You can shake your head all you want to, Commissioner. You have said today that there's no evidence of criminal wrongdoing. And I'm asking you what criminal statutes you have reviewed to reach that conclusion.
I've reviewed no criminal statute.
All right, so you don't have any idea whether there's any criminal conduct or not because you don't know the elements of the offense.
Oof. That's a nice grilling right there.
Trey Gowdy is great. I mean, he
would have decimated Lindsey Graham, but chose not to run, so he's dead to me.
Okay, let's not look at the downside of Trey Gowdy. I have talked to Trey Gowdy before. I've only talked to him once, but I asked him, how's your soul? We had a conversation off the air. How's your soul? I asked him about his wife. I mean, his wife is the strong one between them. And he and his wife got together and prayed, and he feels like, I don't know why, Glenn, but this is where I'm supposed to be. I don't want this job. I don't want, and he's not doing it for political reasons, and he didn't run against Lindsey Graham because he was afraid. He really believes this is where he's supposed to be. And after hearing testimony like that, I think he might be right. Go to make that 769, The Cut with Daryl Issa now, doing the same thing.
You didn't tell your IG that some of the documents weren't going to be provided?
Did not.
Or did you cause someone to find out at the White House, at Treasury, or your IG?
I did not. If you have any evidence of that, I'd be happy to see it.
I asked a question.
And I answered it.
You did not cause anyone to find out?
I absolutely didn't.
So you told us that all emails would be provided. When you discovered that all emails would not be provided, you did not come back and inform us. Is that correct?
All the emails we have will be provided. I did not say I would provide you emails that disappeared. If you have a magical way for me to do that, I'd be happy to know about it. I said I would provide all the emails. We are providing all the emails. The fact that 3 years ago, some of them, not all of them, but some of them were not available, I never said I would provide you emails we didn't have. And in fact, we are going to provide you 24,000 emails from the time.
My time has expired, and I've lost my patience with you.
That's just, can you believe the attitude of this guy? After all we've been through.
No, and he's the new guy, too.
Yeah. Yes. But after all we've been through, after all the lies that he's told, because 2 months ago he told me, yeah, I'll provide you all the emails. Well, that should include all the emails. That doesn't mean the ones that you deleted you're not going to provide. It is unbelievable that they're getting away with this. And they seem to be, because the press just keeps providing cover for them.
This is so important that you take things like this. You go find the story from the Blaze, or you take a piece of this show and you send it to your friends so they hear. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that they used on Martin Luther King. And if you don't think the Republicans will use this tool, because they will, they'll use this exact same tool against you. Progressives, Republicans, Democrats, it doesn't matter. They're going to use this against you. That's why nobody is paying attention to this. Because they like this tool. Are you kidding me? They can destroy their enemies. All they're into is destroying of their enemies. And look at the arrogance of this guy. Play one more cut, 780, Representative Massey.
Said there's about a 3 to 5% chance that a hard drive will fail. That's in a year. You testified to that last week and also tonight.
That's right. That's what I advised is the industry standard.
So that's about a 1 in 30 chance if it were 3%. But let's see, the Chairman Camp sent a letter to the IRS demanding the IRS explain allegations of targeting Tea Party and other groups, and her hard drive failed within 10 days. Just doing a little math here, the probability of that failing in 10 days instead of a year is actually 1 in 1,000.
Well, that's not the way probability
I understand.
works. Every day,
a lot of bad things could have happened, so maybe it was 1 in 100 or 1 in 10 that something bad happened.
The way probability works is it's the same probability every day. It's like when you flip a coin, if it lands head 10 times in a row.
You can tell me how probability works. I took the class at MIT. It's about 1 in 1,000 that it would fail within the 10 days that she received that letter.
We must have taken a different probability class.
I think so.
Listen to the arrogance of this guy. He is an ass of biblical proportions. Oh, the absolute arrogance in the face of all the wrongdoing by this agency. And we all know they did. We all know they've been caught red-handed, and they've just eliminated the evidence, and they just keep denying it until such time as they'll just say, well, yeah, okay, we did, but what difference does it make now? Just like they did with Benghazi, just like Clinton did with Lewinsky. It just works every time.
You know what kills me is that this guy was selected because he would be this way. He wasn't selected because, hey, we have some problems. He was selected to double down. Double down.
Mm-hmm.
That amazes me. I mean, anybody who questions the IRS and questions, and this should be an easy win. I mean, nobody likes the IRS. Nobody. Right, left, nobody likes the IRS. How is it that we're not winning on an arrogant guy with the IRS? How does that?
I don't know.
How's that?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. This one feels like there's a little bit of a chance of a win. I mean, the media is not with us, so that hurts.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, you're seeing legit. I mean, how do you act like this and win? If that's the country we're in, we deserve to lose.
Yeah, I don't think you do, because I don't think these guys, Trey Gowdy's not going to let this drop. Daryl Issa's not going to let this drop. I mean, assuming that Trey and Daryl are clean, because the NSA, they won't find the IRS emails, but they'll find everything else from Daryl and Trey and use it against them. So as long as those guys are clean, and that's why more people aren't involved in this. They know the IRS has all of their records. They know they have these guys dead to rights. That's why more people don't participate. That's why it's important to, you can't say, well, I have a compartmentalized life. No, the IRS doesn't. The IRS has two compartments. Guys they can't take down and guys they can take down. That's it. Those are the two compartments. This guy, I got nothing on. The NSA's got nothing on this guy. He's squeaky clean. Well, then you're going to have to invent something. Well, that takes time. And that's all. You're also playing a big, big risk. On the other hand, we got this guy dead to rights. He'll stay quiet. That's why it's important on who we vote for.